In a world where motorcycle design and concept was to cover up long body lines and uniformity, Miguel envisioned a future of simplicity, nakedness, and the idea of under-designing an over-designed concept. At its core, the idea was to find a simple way to enjoy the ride of motorcycling. His creation single-handedly saved Ducati. At its unveiling, French importer wrote a check to fulfill all 1,200 motorcycles. His Ducati saving, name-fitting monster.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
Oh shit. Oh. Alright, so we're sitting on a Monster 821. Here we go. This thing's got, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're sitting at 109 horsepower fully stocked when we're in sport mode. We were sitting at 110, 112 horsepower prior to 2019. But with the fuel emissions and the new exhaust standards, it looks like we are sitting down at 109. Currently, we are riding in the sport mode. We're still in the break-in period, so I'm going to try to keep this thing under 6,500, but I will tell you what, it is not easy to keep this thing under 65, because it just wants to go. It is a beautiful night, though. We are, oh, this cone isn't really helpful for anybody. Got a beautiful TFT display right now. It's in sport mode. You can see that it shows your ABS at a low 1 and your traction control at a unit of 3. If you switch them over to different modes, which is I'm going to do, which is the beauty around Ducati's 3-mode system, is that you can do it while you're driving. And you can see here, as I'm driving along, I can change it from sport, urban, and touring. As you can see, with each one of these modes, the ABS and the traction control changes. You have to hit enter to change it into the next mode. The difference between sport and touring is that the horsepower stays the same. However, the ABS and the traction control are a little more responsive than in sport. However, when you actually go into urban, the horsepower of the 821 drops down to a solid 79 horsepower. We're going to try to open her up a little bit, see what this thing feels like. Alright, there we go, we can feel it. Sorry buddy, we went a little bit past 6,500 RPMs on that one. The riding position is comfortable, you know, for a naked bike. It's pretty standard. You sit pretty upright, you don't feel too much pressure in the wrists. However, you still have a little bit of a lean. The first thing that we think that this thing should modification first and foremost is the exhaust. It's a little quiet. That's obviously where we lost our power pre-2019. So it's a little quiet, it's a little muted, but you can feel it. You can still feel it in when you open up the throttle, but it doesn't give that throaty feel that that you typically expect from a Ducati. See ya. And he gone. Is concerned, it feels good. Seat's fairly comfortable with some, maybe if you scoot a little too far forward, you're gonna be crowding the crotchal region a little bit on the gas tank. But other than that, it feels pretty solid. The right leg does touch that exhaust guard, which makes me a little nervous. I know that exhaust guard's there, that heat shield is there to not burn you. However, it just makes you just a little nervous and making that feel. There's a little sports mode. Trying to keep it under 6,500 RPMs. But yeah, you can feel it. You can feel that exhaust on the side there, and it's slightly unnerving, but that's what that heat shield comes into play. Other than that, this is really comfortable. I like it a lot. You know, we're gonna see how nimble this thing is, but just even at 80, just feeling you know, how the bike responds is fairly responsive. Alright, standing here at the light, pretty flat-footed. You know, I'm about a 5'8", so I'm not a big guy. This 821 fits me quite nicely. It's doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna fall over. So even if you were smaller or lighter, this definitely gives you the sense of confidence that you can stand at a light without falling over.
I got it.
We got it on camera, I think. Is it still red?
Damn it, yeah.